Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Monday, October 11th, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Houston Rockets vs Toronto Raptors. The Houston Rockets have had a total revamp of their style of play under coach Mika D'Antoni and James Harden. The team's current style of play is a breath of fresh air for fans. Things can only improve after their dismal 17-55 campaign last year. Despite injuring his right hamstring during the summer, Green did enough to make the All-Summer League second team. During the Rockets' most recent preseason matchup against the Heat, the 19-year-old recorded 20 points, 5 rebounds and 3 steals in just 28 minutes of play time. Our first betting advice is to pick Toronto Raptors -3. The Toronto Raptors have won 4 of their last 7 preseason games. The Toronto Raptors are averaging 115.7 points on 46.2% shooting and allowing 115 points on 47.3% shooting. Aga Anunoby is averaging 20 points and 4 rebounds, while Fred VanVleet is averaging 15.7 points and 3.7 rebounds. Gary Trent Jr. is the third double-digit scorer and Precious Achiuwa is grabbing 9.3 rebounds. The Toronto Raptors are shooting 35.9% from beyond the arc and 75.9% from the free throw line. The Toronto Raptors are allowing 40.5% shooting from deep and are grabbing 45 rebounds per game. Our second betting advice is to pick under Miami Heat vs Charlotte Hornets. In Charlotte's loss to Memphis, the Hornets shot only 36.4% overall and a disappointing 24.4% from three-point territory. The Hornets were rebounded 68-36 overall and gave up 19 offensive rebounds to the Grizzlies while grabbing only 12 offensive rebounds. Charlotte's Kelly Oubre Jr., Mason Plumlee and Gordon Hayward all are sidelined with injury or are under COVID protocols. The Miami Heat have won 11 of their last 13 preseason games. The Miami Heat are averaging 115.7 points on 48.7% shooting and allowing 103.3 points on 42.1% shooting. Tyler Herro is averaging 25.3 points and 3.3 assists, while Max Strus is averaging 15 points and 2.3 rebounds. Bam Adebayo is the third double-digit scorer and Micah Potter is grabbing 17 rebounds. The Miami Heat are shooting 38.6% from beyond the arc and 72.1% from the free throw line. The Miami Heat are allowing 28.8% shooting from deep and are grabbing 48 rebounds per game. Our first betting advice is to pick Miami Heat -7. PJ Tucker, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Kyle Lowry, Victor Oladipo and Drew Smith amongst others did not play. Miami shot 45.7% overall in the victory and 33.3% from three-point territory. The Heat outrebounded San Antonio 53-39 overall and grabbed 18 offensive rebounds. Several players are listed on Miami's injury report and it remains to be seen if any will play on Monday against Charlotte. The Charlotte Hornets have lost 5 of their last 7 preseason games. The Charlotte Hornets are averaging 105.5 points on 42.6% shooting and allowing 112.5 points on 44.6% shooting. James Bouknight is averaging 18.5 points and 1 assist, while Terry Rozier is averaging 16 points and 0.5 rebounds. LaMelo Ball is the third double-digit scorer and Miles Bridges is grabbing 4 rebounds. The Charlotte Hornets are shooting 25.7% from beyond the arc and 74.4% from the free throw line. The Charlotte Hornets are allowing 33.3% shooting from deep and are grabbing 45 rebounds per game. Our second betting advice is to pick over. Quick reminder, Bovada is an online sportsbook and casino established in 2011. The platform offers betting on all major sport and horse racing leagues. It has slots, table games, blackjack, and a variety of other casino games. All of the major US leagues are available for betting, including the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, and PGA. In addition, Bovada allows wagers on esports, Olympic events, soccer, cricket, boxing, cycling, and many more competitions. Join Bovada now using our link down below and get access to all sorts of premium sport welcome bonuses after signing up and making your first deposit. Brooklyn Nets vs Philadelphia 76ers. Brooklyn Nets registered a close win against Milwaukee Bucks in their Friday night's preseason game. Milwaukee Bucks dominated the first half as they had a lead of 4 points by the end of the first half. However, Brooklyn Nets came from behind, and by the end of second half, they were ahead of Milwaukee Bucks by 4 points. After struggling with an injury in the Eastern Conference semi-finals matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks, James Harden has been working hard in his rehabilitation, and he is likely to start the game against the Philadelphia 76ers. Kevin Durant pegged in most points for the Nets in the game. He had 18 points with 6 rebounds and 3 assists. He was well supported by Jevon Carter and Joe Harris. Nets star James Harden added just 8 points to the team total. He had 4 assists and 4 rebounds in the game. Philadelphia 76ers, on the other hand, registered 12 points win over Toronto Raptors. Seth Curry and Isaiah Joe added 15 points to the team total, with Georges Niang was the highest scorer for 76ers in the game. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Tonight 76ers and Nets will come face to face at Wells Fargo Center. Philadelphia 76ers will play host to the Brooklyn Nets in tonight's game. Harden scored 8 points, dished out 4 assists, and grabbed 4 boards in the Nets' recent win, and will be looking to take it up a notch against the Philadelphia 76ers. The host Philadelphia 76ers has been in great touch in their last 2 preseason games. Also, they have had a great record playing against Brooklyn Nets. The Nets, on the other hand, managed to sneak and win in their last game against Milwaukee Bucks. Looking at the recent form and the head-to-head stats, and also considering the home advantage, Philadelphia 76ers has an edge over Brooklyn Nets in tonight's game. However, the latest Brooklyn Nets vs Philadelphia 76ers prediction and odds also favors Nets over the 76ers. Our first betting advice is to pick the Nets. It was clear in their last game that Doc Rivers doesn't want his side to get affected by these reports, as the 76ers put in a solid performance to dispatch the Raptors. Seth Curry had a productive outing with 15 points, and Rivers and the Philadelphia 76ers management will be keeping a keen eye on Isaiah Joe and Georges Niang this season, who registered 15 and 16 points, respectively. The 76ers go into the game against the Brooklyn Nets as the underdogs, but possess the ability to conjure up a narrow win. The Philadelphia 76ers and Brooklyn Nets have a long history of head-to-head clashes. The two teams met for the first time back in 1976. Brooklyn Nets was then known as New York Nets. 76ers won the very first game between the two teams. Since then, the two teams have played 203 games in the regular season. Philadelphia 76ers have 118 victories, while Brooklyn Nets have 85 victories over the 76ers. Overall, the two teams have played 215 head-to-head games, 12 of which being the playoff games. Philadelphia 76ers has won 8 playoffs clashes, while Brooklyn Nets has 4 playoffs win. Our second betting advice is to pick under.